Today we're heading into the Barry Goldwater Proving Area. We have obtained our permits for the day, and we're going to be exploring a number of features in this area on side-by-sides. We leave Yuma very early in the morning and we end up at Citrus Park for our starting point. From our Marshall Point, we're going to head south to where it says Tanks there at the lower part of the photo, and then we're going to head west over to where it says Rock Formations Baker Tanks to explore there. There's a picture of the tanks. Actually close up, you can actually almost see them. After visiting the tanks, we're going to head over west to this location where there's some really neat rock formations.
Here we go. We're loaded. Fear in the Sky is over here. We're off somewhere in the wilderness of Arizona.
Got up to 50 and 60 miles an hour here. It had rained heavily a couple of days beforehand, and the first part was a bit sloppy as we worked our way into the area.
We can get out anywhere.
Yeah, we've stopped here and there's a fleet of tanks. Looks like they use them for target practice. Whatever that is, we'll see it when we get there.
We arrive at Baker's Tank.
Really cool. A lot of sandstone erosion here. The water roars through here. You can see the large boulders embedded in the sandstone. There's quite a bit of geology going on here.
You can see a couple of things going on here. One is that there is water in this very arid desert. And secondly, you can see the historic influence of water with respect to the sandstone and the rounded rocks. So the desert wasn't always this way. This is called a Boy Scout Rotunda, and they come out here periodically and do campouts.
This is Baker's Tank.
This is Fred's side-by-side. He was our leader for the day. What a decked out machine this is. We're leaving the Baker's tank at the top of the screen, and we're going to head down to the Combat Village, which is down toward the lower part of the screen here. And we're going to do some wild riding to get there. What you can see here is an aerial shot of the various camp items. Okay, we're coming into the Combat Village. Alright, you can see here there's tanks and container houses and buildings around here for target practice, fake target practice, apparently. And these are containers, like stacked on top of each other and cut out like a building. I'll be damned. The cold front had passed over the Yuma area a couple of days ago, and it was still pretty nippy out there, so we were all actually dressed warmly. Well, all except Stuart Leonhardt, who was in shorts. Alright, I'm wandering around the village, Combat Village, and I'm taking some video here. Look at this. And they've used containers to make all sorts of buildings. And over there, look at that. An old helicopter right there. Beautiful. I'm going to try flying in this in my flight sim and see what I can find. While we were visiting the Combat Village, we had the fortunate opportunity to have two F-35 fighters streak over us in a low fly pass. It was quite exciting. I've climbed up the top of this knoll. You can see the group down there, and the ATVs are parked over to the right. Beautiful view. We're at the top of the screen there at the Combat Village, and we're going to head south to what is known as Betty Lee Tank or Fred Flintstone House for our lunch stop and a look at the scenery there.
So Fred tells me that this is Fred Flintstone's house. Some water erosion. I gotta watch my step here. Not as young as I used to be. And oh, look at this. On wide angle. Look at that in there. That's pretty cool. All right, so they built a water catchment for the mine here that used to be here.
No, so we haven't got to it yet.
Well, somewhere over here, right?
No, that was that other road.
Okay, and then it's all catching all the water, perking through the mountain. And this, my friends, is the lunch stop. They're all getting ready to eat. It would be nicer to be a bit warmer. Yeah, exactly.
You get a much better appreciation for the beauty of the desert when you get out on the ground like this. We're leaving the Betty Lee tank area and we're going to head south around the tail of the Copper Mountains and into an old homestead. And as well, we're going to drive into a couple of the steep canyons on the way back home.
At another little interesting spot. It is the wreckage of a Tomcat jet aircraft right over there.
That's it, we're here.
Whoop.
There's Stuart Leonhardt exploring the wreckage.
Well, there's a bit of a story here. This guy apparently ejected from this plane and it slid to a stop and then itself, and then they came out here afterwards and stripped the certain stuff from the aircraft and then set it afire. I guess to protect military secrets, I don't know.
We're working our way around the tail of the Copper Mountain and enjoying the scenery and having some fun on the way. that. Wow. Fantastic. Okay. Good. Take a moment to notice how green it is in the distance after the rains. Located strategically throughout the desert are these safety stations, which are also probably monitoring stations to keep a track of people. And you push a panic button to get help. That tall, spindly cactus there on the right, for instance, is octotio, and the shrub-like thing there, that's a creosote bush, which you see plenty of in the Sonoran Desert. And there, of course, is a saguaro cactus, and these small little things are called teddy bear cholla cactus. We're taking a fairly long break here at the homestead area and enjoying the scenery in this area before we head on to our final run back to our start.
Number set in, and
You know, with Carl, we did every trail, every nook and cranny, right to the very end.
and then turn around, go back out, and
then go in the next
down to the next trail.
Saguaro cactus this tall can be 300 years old. There's a couple of shots of a brush area and the green succulent vegetation that's now growing here due to the heavy rains in the desert this year. Alright, we're leaving the homestead area at the bottom right, and we're going to drive up a couple of valleys, explore those before we make the mad dash, run home, and close the loop to where we started.
Turn it around. I think we're dead-ended.
climbing over the hump on this last leg as we close the loop on the trip for the day. We have done, or will have done, about 60 miles of travel today. last and final sprint to the highway where we marshaled early this morning. And it's been quite a long day.